Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. To about the 35, second down. Well, this defense for the Bills, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, Mayfield. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
A man who won a national championship on this very field with Georgia, it's James Cook. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. The decision is to decline it and not give him the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you can get the 1st down against our defense by that decision.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Up the middle, Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Touchdown. Here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They run the counter with Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
But earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Third and short yardage, Mayfield. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The Colts at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate. It's always tough, NFL.
7 yards there and a first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll run here with Taylor. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7-7, our score after 1. A couple extra tight ends are in. 3rd and goal from the 1. Mayfield keeps it himself, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Baker Mayfield with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Colts have moved out in front. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. McLaughlin now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th down and short situation. But I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the first down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver is taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On second down, it's Taylor trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On third down, Mayfield. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On fourth down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 85 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Allen going to try and throw on third down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Back to Taylor on first down. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Mayfield now. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
You got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
On second down, Cook. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Von Miller, his 2nd sack of the night.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Some touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now finally got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Here's Johnson again on second down. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Looks to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. On play action, Allen. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 36. 23 yards the pickup there. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Play action. Now it's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They go back to the ground with Johnson. Tackled by Jordan Elliott.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Rolling to his right. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Colts are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. They go play action. Mayfield. And his throw here's incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Mayfield on play action. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. that his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line. A give for Taylor running right side. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Mayfield. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he's got the first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 22-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Mayfield to throw it. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Well, we saw him score on the ground earlier in the ball game. This time, the defense says not so fast.
Yeah, that's good scouting and good awareness, isn't it? Because you always have to be wary of him keeping it himself, especially at this part of the field. Because if he doesn't like what he sees, you know he'll take off and try to go for it himself.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. That really sets them back, a loss of 6.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers, but in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. To throw, it's Allen. Forced out to his left. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Mayfield. And Sharp pulls it in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. DJ Chark with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Colts are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. So a 4th quarter pick-6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick-6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now Allen to try again after the pick-6. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw a 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. On the handoff, Taylor. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one goes for 24 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really when you're looking at...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds they've had. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
1st and 10, Taylor now. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. They run once more with Taylor. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 133 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a give to Taylor. And he's got it down to the 28.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. Throwing, Mayfield. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Bills are going to get the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Indianapolis, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. beautiful South Florida. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Carolina Panthers and the Miami Dolphins. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Fields going to throw right away. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A big play there on the first play of the game. 41 yards.
I think that typically we expect teams to save their home run plays for later in the game when they feel like they have an advantage over a defense. But in this case, they thought they had the advantage right away and took the shot on the first play of the game and completed it successfully.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The Dolphins are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run again with Hunt. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Finding Waddle crossing the field and bringing it in. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set them up 1st and goal. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed that went right into the game plan. Attack them early, see if they're going to play any better. And if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Second down and goal. Fields. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
Those are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
2nd and 11. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields. This is intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 41. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
We'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 1st down, here's Mitchell. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now back to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Van Jefferson, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Panthers are an extra point away from drawing level. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and
7-7, our score after 1.
It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He sets to fire deep. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
you're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback. Keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield. And oftentimes, the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here we go on 4th down. Fields. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And he will have a Dolphins first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk. 17 yards there on 4th down. Out of the gun, Fields. Touchdown, Dolphins! Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead in the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
The Panthers take over 1st down 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, got to carry the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they create some nice space for him.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Trimble. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They run over center with Mitchell. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. He's at the 30. 10. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
You can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Baron Browning just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. A beautiful span and room to run. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Chase Claypool from 10 yards out. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Lots of look to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Throw left side complete. That's Moore. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm. but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Looking to throw. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be from 49 yards out. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
And that is no good. No good. Line to the left. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
It's hard to be surprised at the miss there with the way this first half has gone. Here they were hoping to get some sort of momentum to carry them into the locker room, but even this doesn't pan out.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. A final shot before the break. Fields escaping the pressure right. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That caught by Trimble. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
A give running right is Mitchell.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Second and 6. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here. For Marshall, that's complete. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
They'll look to throw here. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Off play action, Fields.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Now when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's got room. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Kareem Hunt with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year.
As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
That's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Panthers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. Fields throw there, hauled in by Claypool. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. On play action, Fields. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
They run again with Hunt. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff. Hunt's going to run left. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 109 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they'll indeed take a knee. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. And they will take a knee here. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Lutz is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they'll pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Now left side on the swing pass. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. He's got a man. That's Marshall. Touchdown, Carolina. Terrace Marshall, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they put in a lot of backups to do it, and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over in the sidelines all the time.
Now a first down throw. Fields being chased out left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 37. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Here's a handoff to Hunt running left. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. Fields going to keep it once more. And oh, he spins past him and into space. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And they'll give to Hunt here on the option. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Hunt will try going up the middle. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 4th down, Fields. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And some room to maneuver. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Carolina. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense. And he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10, and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man, complete. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Miami, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.